In addition to political institutions and economic institutions, we have crucial cultural institutions, and none has been more important in history than religious institutions. Religion, it's a big word. It means a lot of different things in different contexts, but in broad terms, a religion is a set of beliefs in a society about the structure of society in terms of meaning, meaning of good versus evil, meaning of the present and the future, meaning of life and death. And religions have been part of human life from time immemorial. We know that the prehistoric communities of modern humans had religious beliefs, and we see that in the archaeological sites of burial sites, and from as soon as history emerges in written form, we see the pervasive role of religious beliefs and formal religious institutions, temples and priests and priestesses, and all of the institutions around this religious life. Of course, religion is deeply intertwined with politics. In societies throughout history, rulers have very typically governed in the name of God or the name of the prevailing religion, and have been seen as empowered by the god or gods of the local area to have the authority of governance. So there's a very deep intertwining of religious institutions and political institutions seen throughout human history. Religion and ethics are also deeply intertwined. Ethics can be understood as the guiding principles for how people should live their lives, the do's and the don'ts, the rules of proper behavior, the guidance of what is the right way to live to achieve the right kind of life or to achieve salvation in an afterlife. And religion and the set of norms that define the ethical standards of a society are obviously very deeply intertwined. Like other institutions, religious institutions evolve, and there are innovations in religious belief. Great religious leaders, in a way, invent new religious ideas and bring them to the fore. The great prophets of major religions are innovators of religious thought, and institutions of religion change alongside changes of political institutions as well. One of the remarkable facts of human history is that during a relatively brief period in our fourth age of globalization, the classical age, across much of the world, there is a simultaneous set of breakthroughs in religious and ethical life that are contemporaneous, seemingly largely independent, yet sharing many, many deep ideas simultaneously. And this fact of simultaneity in the emergence of systems of religious and ethical organization in China during the age of Confucius, or in India with the teachings of Buddha, or in Persia with the teachings of Zarathustra or Zoroaster, or in the Levant, the Eastern Mediterranean, with the Hebrew prophets, or the philosophical breakthroughs of ancient Greece, all come roughly simultaneously, between 800 BCE and around 300 BCE, and with such common features that a great German historian, Karl Jaspers, writing in 1949 in a famous book called The Origin and Goal of History, called this a common set of breakthroughs with a name that he gave as the axial age. And it's worth listening to the words of Karl Jaspers about the axial age, because this is so remarkable, in fact, that across all of these different societies, at roughly the same time, religious and ethical institutions took shape that not only were breakthroughs, but would shape their societies until today. That means our societies until today all over the world. Jaspers wrote that, quote, Confucius and Lao Tse were living in China. All the schools of Chinese philosophy came into being, including those of Moti, Chuang-Tze, Lietzu, and a host of others. India produced the Upanishads and Buddha, and like China, ran the whole gamut of philosophical possibilities down to materialism, skepticism, and nihilism. In other words, 3 philosophical schools. In Iran, what was then Persia, today's Iran, Zarathustra taught a challenging view of the world as a struggle between good and evil. In Palestine, today's Israel and Palestine, the prophets made their appearance, from the prophet Elijah by way of Isaiah and Jeremiah to Deutero-Isaiah. And Greece witnessed the appearance of Homer and of the philosophers, Parmenides, Heraclitus, and Plato, of the tragedians of Thucydides and Archimedes. Everything implied by these names developed during these few centuries almost simultaneously in China, India, and the West. So we have these great civilizational forms. In China, we remember till today and shape till today Confucianism as being a breakthrough of this time. In India, Buddha taught to his Sangha, his followers, a religion that still shapes the world today. In Persia, the ideas of Zoroastrianism taught by Zarathustra became part of Jewish ideas and then later Christian ideas with profound effects on religious institutions until today. Of course, Jewish religious thought from the period 800 BCE to 300 BCE not only became an ongoing Jewish set of political institutions, but also founding of the other 2 great monotheistic religions, Christianity and then Islam in later centuries. And Greek philosophy became a basis of learning of the West, of the Arab world, of the wider world for the succeeding 2,500 years. So the axial age defines for us a period of extraordinary breakthrough of religious and ethical institutions, guidelines, guideposts, and ideas that remain the powerful shapers of our world until today.